Yo, what's up?
Hello.
Uh, I'm Jackson, Scoot, Sergeant Knight, whatever. I have with me
Call me Billy.
that's Billy, aka Adam, or
Robert.
Mop Top, and we have a special guest for the first podcast we've ever done. Who is this? Explain, who are you?
I'm Robert, the
This is Robert, aka Brenton, the Sandwich Man. So
oh,
yeah,
sandwich.
yeah, we're pretty much just gonna sit
How
around and
how
talk.
how come I'm Adam the Chicken Man? He's Brenton the Sandwich Man, but you're just Scoot.
Because I'm
You're
just Scoot
just
Man.
Scoot,
I just
dude.
am. I just am, and I just
Because
exist. All
he's
right.
the host,
Yeah, I'm the
and
host,
you're the
man. I get to
co-host, and
keep
you
my
don't
name.
matter.
I get to
You
keep
need to
my
be
name.
Jack. You need to be Jackson,
The Scoop. All right, I'll change my name. I'll change my name in the middle of
the
this.
lifer.
Jackson Scoop. All right, that's a good segue into our first topic. All right. So,
Oh man,
Adam, please.
no.
Do you want to start with our first topic that we have here?
Apparently, Jackson manipulates people's lives.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been
All right. Hold on.
psychologically
Let me
ruined
let me
for.
let me explain the story. Hold on. Hold on. So basically, it was what, seventh grade?
Here, I'll explain it. Okay.
You go for it. Go.
No, I was talking about Jackson. Oh yeah, because it's about him, but it also about me. Okay, so basically in seventh grade, I kind of changed groups of friends every now and then. I had some friends in like, but I didn't talk to that many people. Well, name's Caleb, and I mean he wasn't really my a good friend at the time, but I knew he was pretty cool. So I was like, I'll just talk to him. First day, I didn't really say much. It was like, oh hey man, how you doing? I talked to him for a pretty good while. And then I started sitting with him at lunch, and Jackson sat there, and shut up. And I was just like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna talk to some people, make some friends. I know these people a little bit, but not all of them. So I get conversations going. This is pretty good. I'm making a little bit of friends at this job. So, and making some friends, and then I'm having a conversation, and out of nowhere, somebody, my,
Might have been me. Might have been me.
yeah, it was
Might have been
Jackson,
me.
starts just out of nowhere, like a random conversation about something else.
This would
And
hold on. This would happen almost every single time we sat at the table too. Like he would
yeah,
start a conversation. A conversation would go on for like maybe a minute, and in the middle of people discussing about it, I would start a new conversation, so people wouldn't.
basically Jackson was just like, "Oh no, I'm not the center of attention."
No.
Ah,
Okay.
shut
All
up.
right. So look.
Okay, let me finish what I'm
Okay. Go
saying.
for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Start another conversation, and then um everybody would just stop and go to him, and I just ended up being the one left out, and it sucked because I didn't really have many friends. There was this girl named Brianna. She was pretty cool. She was my friend, but Jackson figured a way to
Hey
weasel his
man.
way in there
No.
too.
Look. Okay. Look. We both
She
liked
didn't want
her.
to talk to me either because
No.
he came.
We
Don't
both liked
don't
this girl.
don't deny it. Didn't like her like that at that point though. I just liked her as
No.
a friend because she was somebody that hung out with me. And friend, stop.
Chill, Brent.
So
Just get like the dramatic music going on in here.
Yeah.
I was like, well, she's pretty cool. She's my friend. Guess who else she's friends with? Jackson
Below me.
decided to come up out of nowhere, like literally nowhere. He wasn't even there. He just come up and start
I said
making
backwards. I
conversation
was thinking it.
like I wasn't even there. He would just walk up and make conversation like I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
go to him, and I just felt lonely.
Well,
And
to be
not
fair,
to
me and
mention,
her were fairly good friends, so I feel like I was kind of better friends with her than you were at the time. I feel like that's kind of
this
the
was
reason.
like the first day of school.
Oh, this all happened the first day of school? I did this the very first day of school?
Maybe the
Wait
first
a minute, you
week.
psychologically damaged him basically for life on the first day of school. You wasted no time. Is that
Thing,
what you
but
love
either
about
way, I
summer?
was friends with her for like the first or second day of school on,
Yeah, yeah.
and going on, and this kid named Grant, he's a nerd. He was my friend. He's Jackson's friend too, and
Somewhat.
him and Caleb, the kid I was talking about before, they were pretty cool with me. They wanted me to be in the group. They wanted me to be friends with them. Well, Jackson didn't. He wanted me gone. He did not
Okay,
want
hold
me
on.
to be there.
Pause. Let me explain myself. Alright, so I have this thing where I have a problem accepting people into my friend group. I don't like getting new friends. I like things to stay the way they are. I like to just have the same group of friends. I'm completely fine with only having a couple friends because I just like my friend group. I don't like expanding. And then they all wanted Adam to join the friend group, and I kind of was just like, nah, we're just gonna kind of exclude this guy, and he'll eventually leave.
Yeah.
He didn't leave.
Instead of,
He didn't leave, obviously.
instead of just
Very annoying.
excluding,
He didn't leave.
Yeah, dude.
instead of just excluding, he ended up trying to weasel me out,
Okay, so basically,
cut me off.
I
He would
may
just
or may
make
not have
people
used
not want to
psychological
talk.
warfare against Adam, and I'm sorry about it now. Back then, I didn't even really realize I was doing it. I just kind of did it.
I mean, I talked to people, and I could make a friend or two. I didn't talk to a lot of people,
Okay.
but it got to where I talked to people, like people at that table and stuff, and they wouldn't talk back, or they would just kind of exclude me out of place. And then
They would exclude him because I would start a new conversation, and every time he tried to talk to people, it's just a new conversation would start. And no one would really talk to him. It sounds
and
really
so
bad when you say it out loud like that.
it's
Really?
not
You
good.
mean it sounds bad that you psychologically damaged someone for your own personal gain?
Yeah, when you put it like that, it sounds pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So like, I accept it. I did do that. I pretty much what I would do is every single time Adam would try to go and make friends with someone I was already friends with, I would kind of try to put myself between them and kind of divert the situation to where
Yeah.
I was the only person in the situation with the person he wanted to be friends with. I mean, eventually this doesn't happen anymore. Okay, eventually I was like, all right, he can join our friend group because obviously we wouldn't be talking here today if we weren't friends. But that's what I did at
Are you
first
sure
because I
about
didn't
that?
I didn't really like Adam. Which you were a jerk back then.
Not that time though.
No, not that
I was a
time.
jerk.
But you used
I
to
was a
hang
jerk
out
the
with
year before.
huge jerks. Okay, you used to hang out with
I
huge
was a
jerks.
Yeah,
jerk.
but you're calling
on.
him a jerk. Oh, I'm gonna psychologically
Hey,
damage this guy.
listen. I didn't mean to psychologically
You
damage
didn't
him.
even know I was a jerk until I told you I was, because I asked you if you remembered the time I was mean to you, and you even said, "No, I
I'm
don't
sure I
remember
did
what
back
you're
then,
talking
though.
about."
I'm sure I did that year. That's probably why I didn't like you.
No, I asked you that year.
Oh, did you? This is
Yeah,
awkward now.
and basically, I hung out with some people I'm not proud of hanging out with. I didn't,
Don't say
and I
names.
was
Don't
mean.
say names.
I was just mean to people.
Yeah. Just because that was the
Not
type of group
everybody.
you hung with. Like that was their kind of culture type deal. Like
Yeah.
they were mean, so you were mean to fit in with them, and kind of like a wolf pack kind of situation.
In other words, the really cool kids, basically.
No,
I kind of
I
hung.
don't. Well,
It
yeah,
kind
some
of
They
did.
were.
it's more of the kids
Some.
that thought they were.
Yeah, kind of more of that.
Well, I mean, they're popular, but they're not.
Yeah,
They're
kind of like
popular, but
middle
they're popular.
class. I guess you
It's
could say.
weird.
Well, I mean, we're kind of middle class
Yeah, we're
now,
kinda
and they
middle
kind of
class, yeah.
moved up, way up.
Yeah, true. We
And
we're
they
not
were.
top dogs, but we're not bottom fishes either. I guess you could say.
I'm a freaking freshman. I'm the lowest
Yeah,
of the
Brendan's a
low.
freshman. Me and Adam are both sophomores.
No one knows
Brendan's
me.
lowest of the low. Sophomore actually means wise moron. You guys know that?
Well, I didn't know that,
Oh.
but I know now, so
Mr.
So-
Roll,
probably a
like,
lie.
continue,
but
please.
Whatever.
Okay, well, oh yeah,
Take your time.
basically, these people, they were like, you know, like, cause the people like, the group that Jackson hung out with at the time, which he still hangs out with, and they're some of my best friends, and I love them to death,
Mhm.
they they were more popular than them. We moved y'all me and y'all and stuff moved up, but they were compared to that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I really don't care about all that anymore, but basically, I hung out with him, we were mean, and,
Yes.
anyway, Jackson didn't remember that, but back to the thing, he would just, like, just exclude me, and the kid named Grant and Caleb would be in the group.
Yeah.
Jackson didn't,
Yeah, they
and
were both completely fine with him being in the group, and I was just kind of like, I don't want him in the group. And I would talk. Okay, so here's the worst. One of the worst parts about it. I would talk to them, Caleb and Grant, behind his back about how I didn't want him to be part of the group, and they would both try to like convince me, like, oh no, man, he's cool. And I'd be like, no, let's not let him sit at the table. And I would sometimes, I didn't tell you this earlier, Adam, but sometimes I would purposely invite someone else to sit at our table so that it was full so that you couldn't sit there.
Wait a minute. So you invited someone you didn't know to the
No, no, no,
table
it's
so
people
that
I
you
knew.
didn't
It's
have
just
to
people who
see
didn't
someone
usually
you
sit
didn't
there.
know. Oh, all
I'd,
right.
I'd
Yeah,
walk
that
up to
makes
some kid I
sense.
I hung out with, and I'd be like, "Hey, you wanna sit with us today?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, sure," and that's how it worked. Because me,
And then
Caleb,
Adam would
and
sit
Grant
down and just
always had
ruin
a seat.
everything.
Me, Caleb, and Grant, we were kind of like quote unquote the heads, I guess you could say, at the table. Not really. We were just people who always sat there, and everybody else just kind of interchanged.
that ma
So we always had a seat.
that's why Coble always tried to get me out of his seat because he
Yeah,
was the one you told to sit there.
yeah, yeah. Cobble was there. Well, to be fair, Cobble was there a lot, but
A
yeah,
lot.
yeah, yeah.
He wasn't there unless you told
All
him to be
right,
there.
look, I will admit I'm a bad person, but at the same time, I didn't mean to damage you. Okay,
Well, okay, you know, you eventually kind of let me just kind of merge in. You still
well,
didn't like it. I noticed you didn't like it all year.
yeah, no,
Just
Um,
did.
I was not down for it. I tried a little bit, but not as hard as I definitely could. But I just kind of
even
tried
like
a little bit.
it got better when we started playing a game called Unturned together.
Game's fun. I have
But
over 1,000 hours in it. Dropped off now.
even then, he didn't like me. I could
No, no, no.
tell.
Unturned actually made us very good friends. Like when we first started
Yeah,
playing, no, I didn't really like you all that much. I mean, I just kind of did it because you had PC, and I was like, oh, this guy has PC, no one else does. All right, maybe I'll give this a shot. And I gave it a shot, and our friendship completely blossomed just from Unturned. Literally, like
So
Adam,
you're
we'll
telling
see.
me that if
Adam
he
has a
didn't
few
get
hundred hours in it.
unturned, then
I
you guys
have
would
like
hate each
over
other.
1,000 hours in it, dude. Like we played the crap out of the game every single day. Pretty much, we got home from school on the weekends when he wasn't working because I don't work most of the time. And then just like over the summers, I think we played Unturned for a couple summers, dude. Whenever you weren't working, like we played it a lot. Okay, we played this game a lot, and we became good friends of it because of it. What was that,
That was
Adam?
him like slapping a fly.
Uh oh, technical difficulties, Adam.
What?
Okay, you're good. You're
Oh,
good.
there
You're
he
good.
No.
goes.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah,
There you
my
go.
microphone. That's why I was making sure you could hear me. But
Just
another thing about that I want to mention,
Okay.
I remember him and the kid Grant were talking about Unturned. And
Yeah. The thing is, Grant
that,
had a computer. He had Unturned. He downloaded it at a friend's house, but Grant doesn't have internet and didn't have internet even back then. So like
but see,
we talked about it, but he didn't actually like play it with me. Continue.
he was talking about it, and I'm just like, oh, hey, what are you talking about? And Jackson's like, oh, it's just a game. He wouldn't know. Kind of
you
discluded
wouldn't know
from
you
it.
cool.
And then finally, I figured out what it was, and I'm just like, hey, play. And you're just like, oh. 'Cause I remember you didn't want me to play with you.
No, I did not.
I also remember at the end of the year last year, close to the end of the year, we were all in the computer lab or whatever, and you and our whole friend group or whatever that I was friends with kind of was talking, but you were there, so I was excluded because I
Yeah.
remember I couldn't understand why I'm friends with these people, but whenever I try to talk to them, they just exclude me, and it was you.
Okay, so look, pretty much, and I don't know why, and I don't do anything to try to do this, but it seems like people tend to favor me for some reason. I don't
For
know.
some reason.
Maybe
Maybe
I'm
because you
just
strung on him out.
maybe I'm just likable, okay? Screw you guys. Maybe I'm just a likable person. But it does seem like people tend to favor me, and
You
I
didn't talk to me the first 3 months we knew each other.
okay, that's a okay. Look, I muted Brenton and this guy named Chase. Every single time we would play PS4 together, I would mute them if they were in the party. Straight up,
For
completely
the
mute them.
first 3 months.
Look, I
And every
just said
time
I
we'd
have
get in an
problems.
argument, if I ever had any sort of a point,
Yeah,
he would mute me.
yeah. As soon as we
Yeah,
got in an
I do
argument and he
remember
started
that.
like winning, I would mute him. Pretty much.
He even muted me for defending him one time when
Yeah.
his argument was very valid and Jackson's was just kind of stupid.
You
Yeah,
killed
an
me.
extremely
It's like,
valid
yeah,
argument.
we're playing a game with,
Yeah,
guns.
Brenton was just like, or like Jackson was really mad or something because he killed him in a game or something, and then Brenton was just like, "Well, I mean, you did this, so I mean that's kind of why I killed you." And then Jackson goes, "You know what? Shut up," and then he mutes him. But then I'm just
That's
like,
me.
he kind of had a point, you know. And he's
And
just
I
like,
was
"Well,
just
me
like, shut up too. Muted.
muted
Muted,
me for
blocked,
like
idiot.
5 days."
Yeah.
He muted me for like
I'm
5 weeks.
I'm a pretty weird type of person when it comes to like argument stuff because I actually love arguing. I love debates. I actually have a class right now where we will debate quite a bit. Government Adam and
In that
sociology. We'll both
class.
do debates in. I like debating, but I back then. Well, yeah. I mean, I like saying back then, but really it wasn't that long ago. But I definitely have learned a little bit more and learned a little bit from doing stuff like that. Back then, I really just I would liked arguing, and I knew I liked arguing. But as soon as I started losing the argument, it would frustrate me because I didn't know how to accept other people's points when they had a valid point. So pretty much,
You still
So
do
you
that.
shut them out.
no, I don't still do that fully, Adam. I did it pretty much completely every time someone had a valid point. Now, if someone has a valid point, I'm like, oh yeah, I can see that, and then we kind of discuss that for a bit. Like, I've definitely quote unquote grown up a little bit when it comes to that. Not much.
Whenever I had a valid point about the siege thing, you would just be like, "Yeah, no."
Okay, look, me and Adam are having this argument about Siege because I say
I'm not saying it's skill based. I'm just saying it takes
no.
skill
Let me
to
just
do
explain to them real quick.
tactics.
All right. So basically, I'm saying Siege is not a skill based game. Yeah, Adam brought up this very good point, which is it actually is very true that Siege isn't skill based; it's tactic based. Because in Siege, there are so many different defenders that have such different guns, and most of their gun or like most of the high up ones that you have to like earn or just completely just straight up buy have really good weapons and really good abilities, and that's why it's not skill based because the playing field isn't evenly matched. Whereas in CS:GO, everybody has the same guns. Well, obviously, like T side has the AK-47 and CT side has the M4A1, but you can still pick up that gun from the people. Which I guess no, you can't siege actually.
You have to
Anyway,
kill 'em.
anyway, I'm saying my argument was Siege is not a skill-based game. Therefore, I don't have as much fun with it as I do in CS:GO because it's not straight up skill. If you throw some money into Siege, then you could pretty much win every game because you just like you have this better gun, these better abilities, more like attachments and stuff like that because you just have all the renown, I think it's called, in Siege in the world, and you just buy whatever you want. Whereas in CS:GO, you throw some money in the game, you get some pretty sick looking skins, but they don't actually do anything besides make you look cooler. Well, I mean, I guess skins equal wins and all that, but whatever.
Like
But
investing where you can like
what
buy one and
I'm
sell it
saying
later.
about siege is, you say good operators you're guaranteed to win. That's not the case. Britain has a good operator. Like he has one of the best
Yeah,
operators
he
in the
has
game.
mirror,
I
and
He
it's
can
suck
never
as
stupid. I
well.
hate
I'm sorry, I
pretty
freaking
much
suck. Thank.
it.
I mean, I'm not even saying that to be mean. It's just true. I mean, he's
Oh,
decent at the game.
thanks. Really helping yourself out.
No, but I mean, you're decent at the game, but like
Decent.
you still lose. It's
I'm
not like
amazing.
that makes you never lose.
Yeah, but
I mean, I can get
the
kills.
thing the
I'm not
operator we're talking about is called the mirror, and basically what the mirror, I don't know how to say it. Basically, what it does is it is this thing you put up on a wall, and it is one-way bulletproof glass. Where if you're on one side of it, the side that the mirror puts it up on, you can see through it and you can shoot it down at any time, and you can completely track people. They have no idea where you are, and you're fine. Like you can see them the whole time. It's whatever.
But now, see, when you shoot it down, though, it's
Smoke
not like
pops
they're
up
not.
and it's like a second delay or
Yeah,
whatever.
they're not. It's not like they're not gonna know about it. If they're paying any attention whatsoever, which they should be playing that game, that's like a big part of the game.
The giant black bar where a wall should be.
No, but look,
Yeah.
if you are looking out the mirror as the mirror from the mirror side, or even just a regular teammate, you even if the smoke pops, if you know exactly where that person is, you can just shoot straight at there. You can be aiming there. You can shoot the thing, mark them or whatever. I don't know. I don't think you can mark people anymore, but you look
But
straight at them and shoot them through the smoke, like, and they can't even see you.
no, but
That's even
it's
less fair.
not just. It takes like maybe a second and a half to 2 seconds before it actually you can through it. And the
Yeah, because it like
time,
falls off the front, whatever. But still.
yeah. But if they know you did it, most of the time they're
Yeah,
not going to
it's a.
stand
I will
there
give
in
it
front of
this.
it.
It's a very loud like noise, and it's not like subtle at all. It's loud, and the
Plus,
glass falls out, and it catches your eye, and you can hear it very well. So
that's Brent, because I'm not 100% sure, so don't get all. Oh, um, you can't put it on barricaded walls, can you not?
What?
no, you can't. Yes,
Put
you
it
can
on
actually. Yes, you can.
barricaded
Yes,
walls.
you can.
You can put it on barricaded walls, yeah, and
Yeah,
you
you
can
can.
put it on unbarricaded walls as well.
Your point was gonna be that you can still shoot the people's feet, right?
Most of the time you can, because I noticed a lot of people don't barricade the walls with it.
Yeah, which is kind of stupid, but yeah, I agree. Most time they don't.
And you know, so there's points to it, and like it's beatable. Like every operator in the game and good doesn't mean it's gonna guarantee you a win. If somebody knows how to use their operator and knows the game very well, it's not gonna matter what you do.
But what I'm saying is it gives you an unfair advantage. I'm not saying you'll always win if you have this upgrade. I'm just saying you get a straight up advantage because your gun is better, your equipment most of the time is better. I mean, like your special ability or whatever, that's usually better. You still have like flashbangs and nades and stuff. Such as let's take the what's the operator who has the rifle that turns into a shotgun on the bottom?
That's the bug.
The Buck.
Buck.
Okay, that guy has a shotgun that can blast through walls, kill people. He has, I mean, he doesn't have unlimited ammo, but he has quite a bit of ammo with it, and a fully automatic machine gun that does quite a bit of damage. You turn the corner, you could be shooting someone with your machine gun. They don't realize you're a Buck, and shoot them with a machine gun. They're like, all right, cool, I got this. Run in, boom, shotgun to the head. That's an unfair advantage. Also, there is the what's the drone dude? What's he called? Japanese guy.
Echo.
Echo.
Echo, yes, Echo. That little drone thing doesn't. What does the drone thing do again? Doesn't have like a
It
gun
just
on it.
no. It disorients you and makes it's basically a flashbang.
It's a flying flashbang.
Freaking steroids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is, when you use that, by using it is very vulnerable to anybody
Yeah,
else.
because
Yeah, but you can barricade yourself up in a room with your team, sit in the very back corner of the room, get on that, and wait for your team to die, and then when your team dies, just dead.
But see, a lot of people and stuff like that get tunnel vision.
Yeah. I definitely had that when I used the pulse for the first time. Because I was just looking at this
I
one guy.
told you about that, and you were just like, "What are you talking about? I don't see how that's gonna happen."
Yeah, I know. And in the 2 seconds in, dude, I was just tunnel vision.
Because
So.
you were looking for people in front of you, and you never thought that somebody else would come behind you.
Well, no, because I didn't hear him. I didn't hear his boots. I didn't hear him break anything. I didn't even hear him get into the house, and it was just shot. He shot through the doorway too before he even broke it down, which Adam says he does all the time, but I don't think I've seen anybody ever do this. All right, so basically, what this guy did, he runs up to this door, shoots it, shoots through it to the other side. No idea in there. No way he can have any idea in there. Just completely shoots through it and hits me with every single shot. He doesn't even realize he hits me. Goes up to break the door. I go to take out my gun, and he breaks the thing. Sees I'm there. Sees he's actually hitting somebody, and just murders me. And I didn't hear him or anything. I mean, I'm not saying that I shouldn't have died because I definitely should have. I shouldn't have been able to kill that guy, which I did.
Plus,
If you should have
Bro,
died, then what's
you
your
know,
argument?
wasn't this smart, but he could have had a drone that he didn't spot you with.
I Really? I mean, he could have, but I don't think so because he rushed
Well,
in
yeah,
pretty quickly, which
I
means
mean,
that
I
he
don't
would have had
see.
to be on the drone in like 2 seconds and had the drone pretty much already positioned. Because I, as soon as the round started, ran downstairs because I knew they would try to break through that door. Continue. That's all I was gonna say.
Well, but yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's just get off this topic. All right, we've been on this topic long enough. We had a topic about how I ruined your life. We already did that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did that in about 5 minutes.
We did that in 5 minutes. It was only 5 minutes
Did you
worth of
say
thing.
I'm
We had a.
sorry? You'll be okay.
I said no, sorry. I said I'm sorry.
You'll be
Okay.
okay. Get over it.
Sorry,
It's fine.
you'll be okay. I just like psychologically damaged you. You can get over it.
I did. Okay, I did
Well, I don't
psychologically damage Adam. Okay, I'm a bad person. I never said I was a good person.
It
But
got to the point where I would talk to somebody and I figured, I stopped talking to people because nobody seemed to like me.
yeah.
Well,
Hey,
no
but
one
you
knows
can't
the
blame me for
truth.
everybody that you try to talk to. I couldn't have been everyone you tried to talk to.
Well, no, but most of the people I tried to talk to
Well, yeah, that's
were
because you kind of
friends
tried to
with you.
join my friends group. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's because I was friends with a lot of the people in your friends group anyway.
That is very true. All right, whatever, dude. Let's get off topic. All right, so we had psychological damage topic. We just had a topic about siege. We had a topic about how we became friends. Okay. Look, okay, if you want to have the topic, I'm not actually. If you want to have a topic about how my life's going, I'll do that. But I don't want to get into the
You don't
relationship
want to
stuff.
talk about how you stare at people for some
Look,
reason?
I don't stare at people.
I wasn't even gonna talk about like Jay or none of that. I was just gonna talk about how you like her and if you thought about, just that.
I've thought about it, yeah. I mean, but like, I don't know, man. I kind of suck
I
at
like how you guys are
relationships.
talking about topics that I can't relate to whatsoever.
I
Because
just,
I'm
I just seem to suck at
Oh,
relationships.
I got a topic for Brenton. Right?
Yeah, go for it. Brendan's talked none this time. I'll just chill back
So
a bit.
Brenton, how are you and Julie doing?
All right, so Adam, how are you? And oh wait, that's right. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh, 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 oh,
Make your move.
Make my move?
Stop, stop, stop,
You
stop,
made your move
stop.
when you broke up with Julie.
Oh, ah. I'm sitting in this corner over here.
Wasn't a very good move though.
I'm sitting in this corner. No one noticed me. I'm sitting in this corner. All right. Next topic. So basically,
All right, so rolling on into the
so
next thing.
Adam, how are you? How are you doing today? I just want to get everybody's day to day.
How am I doing? How am I doing today?
Yeah.
Well,
How's your day?
it started out good. I woke up,
Okay. Don't give me a play by play. Just like basically.
went to school, saw Jackson, cried a little bit.
Only
That's
on the
fair.
inside though, because you're a man.
And I
Yeah.
was doing good. I had a pretty good day.
And then the Fire Nation attack.
And then he and then he had to talk to you for more than 3 minutes at a time.
Because most of the time you usually.
Most of the time, you normally try and shove him out of your group.
No,
and
man. I
then,
talk
like,
to Adam a
throw
lot
you.
now. I talk to Adam. I talk to Grant. I talk to Caleb a lot. All right. So basically, your day was good until you saw me. All right. That's fine.
I mean, my day was good, and then it got all sad when you were talking about how you ruined my life.
I think who brought up the topic, by the way? Was it you, Adam, or was it me?
Oh, I was telling Brenton about it, and then you ended up
Telling on myself?
you unearthed more that I didn't know about it, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we talk about it.
All right, that's fine. All right, Brendan, how? Not fine, but like, all right, we talked about
Yeah,
it.
that's fine. Let's just move on. It doesn't matter.
I just not. Hang on, real quick. This is kind of like way off topic, but I just noticed one of the voice channels on the homeless box.
All right, so moving on, Brendan, how was your day?
Homeless box.
That's my private office. It's actually locked completely. No one else can get in. Idiot. Nah. he moved to the homeless box. They all moved to the homeless. All right, dude, we're doing the podcast. No, we're doing podcast in the homeless box. Get back in. All right, we're switching voice channels on Discord. Now we're going to the homeless box. Hey. All right, so
homeless cast.
This is now the homeless cast, not the End of People podcast.
The homeless cast.
All right, so Brendan, how was your day today, bud?
Well, I started my day in the homeless box, of course, as I always do.
As you do,
I
as you do.
walked to school with my patchy shoes
And your bare feet. No, no, no.
and
You're
my
barefoot. You're homeless, dude.
patchy shoes and bare feet.
Yeah, dude.
Jackson Dispute 2017.
One on each.
Dude, has anybody ever have y'all ever like slept in the nude?
Yeah, dude. I do it every night. Literally. So comfortable. So much better. There's
What
judgment
about you,
right now.
Brendan?
Parents are just
My day
like,
was pretty
"Hey,
good.
let's
Thanks
go
for
out and
asking.
rip his
No one cares
balls."
about the host. That's fine.
I
I
really
don't
don't
care.
care about your day. You call yourself the host. I mean, everybody's kind
Well,
of
I kind
equal
of am
here
the host
except me.
because this podcast, I'll probably end up doing a podcast without Adam or you. Well, definitely without you, Brendan. But probably eventually I'll just have like a guest or something on and not do it with Adam.
I understand. Freaking
So in
care.
other words, you're just gonna
No,
eventually
no, no,
exclude
no, no.
me from
I'm,
these.
no, no,
just
I'm
gonna
not saying I'm
exclude
not
us
saying I'm
again.
excluding you. I'm
Again.
just no. Listen, I'm not saying I'm going to exclude you from the podcast. I'm just saying you.
That's another subject about the YouTube, by the way.
That's what.
Okay,
56
all right,
now?
hold on. You want to bring up the YouTube? All right, fine. Brendan, stay out of this. All right, come on, Adam. What do you got? What do you got? Come on, say it for all the people to hear on the channel. Let's go. Come on, come on.
Come on. All
Yeah.
right. Let's see. You go, okay. Hey, you want to start up a YouTube? It'll be a group channel. We'll make videos and stuff. And we started making videos and stuff.
We did. We had
But
very
then
much fun.
but
Remember
then
the James shoot that we did for like a week, dude? That was amazing.
yeah, that you
Great
ended up
time.
like having to replace me after like the first scene.
Nuh-uh, because you recorded over half of it, and he recorded like 25% of it.
Not that good.
Cool dude, by the way.
People
His
watch it,
name's
probably too
Vincent.
much.
Awesome dude from
I was
Netherlands.
kind of recording for us
Yep.
for a little bit. And then Jackson got to where he started recording a little bit. And then anything I recorded, he would just discard completely almost.
All right, listen. So here's my exact words to Adam. Whenever, because I started making montages, I was making montages like I was working on them pretty much like all day. Like when I got off. Well, I don't want to say all day, but I was working on them quite a bit. Like putting a lot of my time and effort into making these montages, and it was all using my own footage that I would record it, I would export it, to the little flash drive, put it onto my computer because I recorded on PS4 and I put it on here, and I edit and everything. It takes a few hours overall. Maybe I think I spent like 4 hours about on each montage or so. And then Adam was like, "Hey man, I want to start doing montages." I was like, "All right, awesome. You can do montages, but I'm not gonna
But
edit it because
that's
I'm already making
not
my
how
own."
it happened.
Okay, okay. How did it
I
happen?
said, hey, man, could we put some of my footage in there? I wasn't saying, just edit an entire video. I'm just saying, like, maybe like just one clip or something.
There actually is an entire video where it's just your stuff.
I know, but that was after
There's
I
actually a few.
complained to you for a little while.
But I mean, like,
that
if
was
you want to do a montage of just your stuff, why not put it on like your channel?
that 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 was kind of his channel though. At the same time, because his other channel he kind of like just
Oh, I
built
bet
it on
that's completely
purpose.
scrapped it.
Oh, by the way, before he deletes it, you guys gotta go look up his channel.
Sergeant Knight 87 or just Sergeant Knight? I don't remember.
Or if you want an even better cringe fest, look up my freaking channel. I'm not trying to like shout myself out because
You can
it's
shout yourself.
dead.
I wish you didn't like delete that one video. Freaking, it's 99%.
My online 99% and it's not working.
Wait, what? Which video?
Or no, I'm sorry. Approximately 99% and it's not working.
Brenton had a video like 12, but he deleted it. But
flute. I regret deleting that video every day.
I do remember, and I will get. I do remember you were just like, you know what, you wanna use your footage. This is when you're starting to make other kinds of videos or something you're wanting to. You're just like, go get me montage stuff.
Yeah.
I started doing that. You might have got like 1 or 2 videos because I would give you footage. And
no, hold on. I just want to let him know we have a very janky way of giving me footage. Well, because I edit the stuff, so we have a very janky way of getting the footage to me. What he would do is basically the same thing I do. He would record on his PS4, put it on the flash drive, and then he would give it to me like at school. And if it was on the weekends, we didn't get it because we don't want to walk to each other's house or whatever.
I actually walked to your house.
You did once. Yeah, I remember that. And then another time we met at like a parking lot or whatever. But pretty much we would just give it to each other at school. I would hold on to that. I'd come home, and then I would put it on here. I'd edit it a bit and stuff like that, and that's how I did a couple of his montages. But I just it's not a very efficient way, and he couldn't. And Adam has not the greatest internet, I'll say that much. So he couldn't like just send me the footage overnight. Well, he could, but his PC used to have a problem, like it was shut off after so many like minutes, like what was it, like 30 or something, 10 something.
But
It was something like that, right? Well, yeah, he just couldn't send me footage, so we would put it on a flash drive, and then we would, you know, I would get it, I'd edit it, whatever. And that's why we didn't have very much footage for him. And I actually told him, I was like, hey man, I will give you the password, which I think I did eventually. I will
you
give you
never
the
ended up
password, I'll
giving it.
give you the email. You can upload stuff on your own. I don't have the best internet, but really, I just don't want to edit your stuff. Because I was already making my own montages, putting a lot of my time into making my own, and I would record it and everything. And if I didn't feel like getting footage, I would ask him for some. But for the most part, I
But
was doing
see,
my own, so I didn't want to be making his and mine and then uploading them.
I didn't want you to make just an entire montage of my footage. I just wanted to
You
throw
wanted
some
a
of mine
clip or
in
two,
there.
but it's easier to
Yeah.
just do a montage than just take a clip out of this one and throw it in this one. Well, not easier per se, but it takes a bit more time.
You
Which
never gave me the password, by the way.
I never gave the password. Do you still want it?
Nope. No.
What's the password?
Don't
But
don't even say what you think it is. Adam. Nothing I
anyway,
can continue.
um,
At gmail.com.
you were just like
Yeah, nice.
that. After that was when you started letting me, um, letting me, like, for montage and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I will admit something, Adam. I put more time and effort into your footage than I did mine. I really did. I would spend more time cleaning it up and putting stuff in on your footage than I would mine. I really did.
probably because I sent you like more footage, not more foot, but like
Also, because you
I
No, I
never
died
just had
more.
more attention to detail with yours, and I would try to make yours better than I would mine. I really would. I am 100% honest. I really would try.
Well, I appreciate that, man. But I still haven't made my point.
Yeah. Okay.
Not too long after you started using my footage, stopped with the channel.
Yeah. Okay. So let's explain why we kind of stopped. I mean, we stopped. How long ago? How long ago has it been? 6 months or so.
I
couple
don't know, dude.
months, 6 months.
You
6 months.
stopped. I wanted to still do it.
Yeah. Okay. So
I didn't have
okay.
any way to
I've
do it.
been trying to encourage you guys to revamp it for like months, and in
Look,
a couple
I
months I
try.
just stopped.
I don't try, but I've been thinking about revamping it, and like I'll think about it, and I'll be like, yeah, dude, let's do this. And then I'm like, nah, let's not do
Yeah,
this.
dude.
Because okay, funny story. This podcast actually was supposed to be just me and Adam, and it was supposed to be what, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. But I
Message
didn't.
me and you're just like, no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I just didn't feel it that day. And if I didn't feel it, I didn't want to do it because this podcast is already like an hour. I didn't want to sit down for an hour when I didn't feel it because it wouldn't be like now. I would be like trying to get it over and done with. Whereas now I just want to talk. So I just didn't feel it, and this is supposed to be a week ago. And that's a big problem I have. I procrastinate, and I have these things in my head that I want to do, but then when it actually comes time to do them, I'm just like, nah, I don't feel like it. And that's a big problem I have. But you know, like it's whatever. And another thing is, this isn't why we stopped, but for a while, maybe like a solid month, I stopped playing video games completely, and I went and I just started doing art. And before that, I had spent a few days at a time not doing anything, not playing any video games, just learning editing. And I got to a point in editing where I was like, all right, I know how to do a lot. I feel pretty satisfied with what I can edit to a basic sense. And then when I did art took much longer because I had to learn much more. I was starting completely fresh. I just I stopped playing anything, doing anything for straight up like month. I would just do art. That's what I would do like all day long. Just make pictures and edit pictures and mess with stuff and look up tutorials. Sometimes I didn't look up very many because I like learning stuff on my own. But I would look up some and like learn it and be like, oh, okay, that's cool. And like that's some of the reason it hasn't been revamped within the last few months. But before that, we actually stopped. I feel like we stopped because we were having difficulties in between us, somewhat. because it was always an argument of, oh, you never use my footage on the channel, even though it's a group channel. And I would always make the argument, well, you can do it yourself, and it kind of was just like a mudslinging match, sort of.
Well, I mean, I was willing to do the channel, but I mean, I couldn't really help because I didn't have any way to edit footage,
Yeah,
and you stopped posting videos.
yeah.
So
Well, okay, hold on. You gotta give me some, well, credit or discredit, however you look at it. We live in a small town in Tennessee. It's not middle of nowhere, but it's definitely not like big city. It's small. We only have like what 1,000 people, if that, something like that. And the internet here isn't the greatest. Like it takes like about 8 hours to upload like the 20 minute, not 20 minute, but it takes a while to upload videos. It takes a couple hours to upload like 20 minutes of footage, and it's just a little difficult and a little disconcerting whenever I can spend a few hours recording, a few hours making the video, and then like an hour or so making the thumbnail, and then it just ends up where I just have to sit there and do literally nothing for 8 hours and be miserable. Like that's just it doesn't. It's not fun to do it like that. It just sucks all the fun out of it. So that's part of the reason why we stopped. It was a lot of things
Everyone's
combined,
tired
and
and zoned out.
we might revamp it. This podcast, I'm sure, will not be a weekly thing, even a bi-weekly thing. It'll just kind of be like a whenever we feel like it type of deal. Because I don't want to force it.
but next time, if again, we need Brenton here though.
We need Britton here. I don't know, man. I'm talking to a few different people. Actually, one part of why the channel shut down is because I left to go play CS:GO for a while. I left to play CS:GO
That
on my
that was
laptop, my
Left to
computer.
go
wow.
freaking buy crap on CS:GO so you
Yeah, dude,
seem
I
cooler.
have a pretty, or I have an okay CS:GO inventory. I left to go play CS:GO. I ended up joining a CS:GO clan that fell apart. Joined another clan that fell apart too. Whatever. I lost some friends, made me real sad, like depressed, whatever. It's whatever, dude. It's in my past. Now I have a bunch of contacts with really cool people, really awesome people, very skilled individuals. I love them to death. They're amazing. And now I have a bunch of like contacts in all these different little things. Like I have my fingers just dipping into the pot of like some
Please
Twitch
never say it
streamers
again.
and some people who do YouTube, and I have a little little sticky fingers all in like the team side of some CS:GO stuff, and I don't know, man. It's pretty cool to have connections. If you feel me, like it's just very nice to be able to be like, all right, if I wanted to, I could talk to this person, and this person, and I could get this, or this, and like that's just a cool feeling to have. But yeah, I left to go play CS:GO. That was a big part of it, and because I started splitting off from splitting off to go play CS:GO by the time the channel started kind of dying, well, quote unquote dying off, because we stopped making videos as much. So
It
yeah,
wasn't people that died, it was the
It, it
creators that
it
died.
was basically dead by the time you started.
yeah, pretty much. By the time I started playing CS:GO, primarily, is when the channel kind of like straight died. But now I'm playing PS4 a lot. I'm playing PS4 pretty often. I'm playing CS:GO not as often. I don't play it all that much anymore. I pretty much just work on art and play games all day. That's about it.
Dude, you know what? You know what to do?
So
Record America's Army.
we could, yeah. I thought actually about doing some Minecraft stuff, and I don't mean like seriously play it, like because we never seriously play Minecraft. By the way, guys.
Freaking start doing Minecraft as soon as all the big Minecraft users or players
Hang on,
start
hang on.
freaking getting depressed and quitting.
Yeah.
I
What's up?
like how you go. We never seriously play Minecraft. We came from Minecraft on a world you spent probably weeks on.
You have spent literally
Okay.
oh,
Shush.
Literally, we
Shut
came
up.
from
I don't want to talk about
Minecraft.
it anymore.
you spent probably literally weeks on building an entire castle
I built a castle with like
made of stone bricks.
15.
Build a castle. You build a village. You got a horse.
An
You did
entire
all
giant
this
farm, nether portal, diamonds, iron, infinite supply of iron, basically.
Yeah,
dug like a 20 by 20 hole straight down to bedrock.
very true.
An infinite mine of everything. You basically have everything anyone would ever want.
But
Yeah, and I'm so cool.
you don't
So.
play that game at all, seriously.
Seriously though, like for real.
No, no, no.
I didn't spend freaking an hour going out and getting
You
trees
have a
because someone was
farm.
mad because
Bigger
the
than
Minecraft
a
world
freaking
wasn't going
castle.
right.
Look, boys, you can roast me all you want. But I have fun. I do have fun in Minecraft. I won't lie. I feel like people hate Minecraft just to hate Minecraft just because other people do.
Some people
When
legitimately don't like it, but other people don't like it because people
because
don't
it's like
like
the cool thing to do is to
like
not like Minecraft. Like, I mean, it's a fun little block game to just have some fun on. Like, it's not like you're playing CS:GO where you're trying to get this rank and everything has to be so serious all the time. You can goof around with your friends. You can build some really cool stuff. I don't know if you guys have saw people doing like pixel art and stuff, but people have like one to
oh,
one scale art of just like millions and millions of blocks that come together to form these pictures, like real life, realistic looking pictures, and these
yeah. Yeah,
gigantic
like big enough that you
worlds.
can't even see it like if you go up. You have to have like a
Yeah,
map or something.
it is like crazy. People are super talented and they do so much stuff in this game. People just hate this game just to hate the game, which I don't get. But you know what? That's people, I
I don't know,
guess.
I think people don't really hate the game as much as they just hate the community,
Yeah,
honestly.
that is very true.
I mean, it's the community is mostly a bunch of little kids.
True, true.
Not that I'm not a kid. I mean, I'm not just tiny, but I'm not.
All right, boys, we are about to reach the hour mark pretty soon. So we still have we still have
What?
time. So no, don't worry. We're about to reach the hour mark. We still have some time, but we're probably gonna cut it off soon, maybe the next 20 or so minutes. So let's be focusing on topics.
Yeah.
Adam, let's just get let's get a little back, a little peek through the curtain. I already kind of said what I do a lot. Adam, what have you been doing while we haven't been uploading, doing much?
Uh, not as much as you. Um, as for with Brenton,
Working. You worked a lot. You worked pretty much every day over the summer.
I did work every day this summer.
Oh, okay. He worked a lot, like a lot, a lot. He worked too much, in my opinion. But he got
But
lots of money now, so it's all good. So basic. I mean, Adam did more than me in the sense that he just worked more than me. I guess you could say, like he actually did physically, like did something to improve himself more, which I guess I kind of did in a way because like art, I want to do that to where I can make some money off of it. Editing, I want to do that where I can make some money off of it. So like I guess I did it to better myself too. But he physically like worked, and I like sat on the computer and like did art and stuff. Pretty much Adam just worked. Adam's just been working. Like I said, I've just been doing art and stuff like that. I'm loving art. I've always wanted to do it. I've always thought it was super cool. I've always thought it was super hard too. And then, I mean, it is hard. Don't get me wrong. It is fairly difficult, but I do have lots of fun doing it. And yeah, I've I've probably made hundreds of different pictures and stuff. Only a few get like put out to the world, but yeah, I have
oh,
lots of fun. What's up?
and I don't want to bring the mood down, but I do know that there was a point there where I just, for some reason, was just like just not happy, really
Mhm.
depressed, and it still
I'm kind of
comes
at that
back
point now.
time to time. Like it still comes back time to time, but it's
Yeah,
not as bad.
yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely, 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 definitely. I feel you. I feel you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a sad topic, but it's all good, man. You didn't bring the
Like
mood down.
uncontrollable thoughts of like suicide.
Yeah, man. I remember you talking to me a bit about that. Uh, yeah, 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 yeah. It's alright though.
Bring the mood
We're
down.
kind of no, you're good, dude. We've all experienced it at some time. I'm experiencing it pretty heavy right now. I'm sure Brenton's experienced it or is experiencing it. Everyone goes through it at some time. I mean, most people just get through it, you know. It's alright.
Like
I mean,
I
it's
don't,
just a topic no one wants to talk about.
Yeah, because no one wants to talk about it because they've all felt it and they all know what it's like.
and for some reason, like
What's up? Hello?
but like for some reason, like
My bad.
just like random thoughts of, like hurting myself or other people came into my head, and it's just a dark place for me, and I didn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's really hard to
Yeah.
escape that place whenever you get into that kind of mindset.
But like, because it wasn't even just hurting myself; it was other people too, and I physically didn't want to,
Yeah. Yeah.
couldn't not think about it.
Well, okay. Look, no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to admit it because they don't want everybody to think they're like weird or crazy. Everyone has thoughts of like doing messed up stuff to other people. I'm not gonna say what because maybe mine are worse than others, or maybe they're
Yeah,
better. I don't know. I'm not gonna say what, but everyone has thoughts of like, oh, I want to do this really terrible person or terrible thing to this person. Sorry, and it's just we just don't act on it. It's just a thought in your head. Everyone has them.
Yeah,
It's
but like
it's not that big.
it's like just like stuff like doing like things to your like
Hey, hey, hey,
just
hey,
like
hey. Let's kind of yeah, it's a
Oh,
it's a
jeez.
let's cut it.
Yeah, maybe let's cut the
I mean,
details a bit.
I'm not gonna cut it
You
out,
know,
but like
probably gonna
let's just not get too far into this.
I don't mean literally cut the details. I mean let's like
Let's just not go much farther into it. Oh, the title of this podcast. What do you guys think of it? It's called the Undead People Podcast. Does that sound good? You guys like that?
oh,
it's the homeless podcast.
I
homeless
mean,
box cast.
the Homeless People Podcast.
No, the homeless box cast.
I like the Homeless
Homeless
People Podcast.
Boxcast.
I mean, I like for it to rhyme, and like Homeless People Podcast kind of rhymes, and Undead People Podcast kind of rhymes.
Call it the soup kitchen experience.
It's not rhyming.
I kind of like the Soup Kitchen experience. We'll mess around with a few different ideas.
I like the
I'll try to
soup
poll a
kitchen
few people,
experience pretty well.
and because I'm in a group of a few hundred people in different text message things on Discord, so I'll just poll them and see which ones they like the most. All right, we're wrapping up a bit. Final topics. Anybody would like to talk about final topics?
Ooh,
What's up? What's up?
Well, you need to name.
this one's not gonna be depressing
Yeah, what's up?
or anything like that, but it's
Oh,
just
good.
gonna be frustrating because it's hard. You're not hard, but it's just makes some people frustrated and some people happy.
Ha 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 ha.
Nice one.
Trump on Korea.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do
Even
this.
just Trump in general.
We'll open up this little can of worms real quick. Okay, so first I feel like we should go around and say how we really feel about Trump. Unless you're uncomfortable with that, I don't care. I don't care. I'll go first. I like Trump. I don't. I feel like people when they say, "Oh, Trump's racist," "Oh, you're a racist if you support Trump," I feel like they just really don't know what he says, and they kind of just listen to all these like people are shouting out things where he's like, he just wants to build a wall to rid the Mexicans. He just wants to deport all these innocent people. No, he wants to deport all the illegals who are in our country illegally staying here. He doesn't have a problem with people who are legal, moved here, all good like that. He just wants to get rid of all these illegal people that shouldn't be here, you know. But I personally like the man. I respect him. He has very good business taste, very good entrepreneurship, and I mean, I don't know if he's per se the most intelligent person, but I definitely think he has a very good business mindset. What about you guys?
Basically, my opinion on him, he is a good president.
He's a good
But
president.
good president.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean I don't like him. If that makes any sense. Like he's not just a horrible person. I just don't think he's fit to be a president.
Hmm.
Or I mean, he could be. He just doesn't. He
Well, I feel
a
like
lot
he
of
is
his.
definitely much different than any president we've ever had.
Yeah, that's
He,
probably a good thing.
yeah,
Um,
if
and
if he
I mean, I
keeps
like him
like
better than
saying the
Hillary
truth
Clinton.
and like not like lying to us like most of the presidents do, well, okay, I won't say most presidents. I will say some because I don't want to get like yelled at or whatever. But I feel like if he just keeps it straight up honest with us, and well, not straight up honest because people need to know everything, but as long as he just doesn't lie to us about the big stuff, I feel like it's fine. Like
Well, see,
he's
like
good.
even though I don't really like him, I'm not just like, oh, Trump's the worst in the
Not
world.
my president.
Yeah, I'm not. No, I don't. He's our president. It's kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you have to like him, but it also doesn't mean you have to just be like, oh, he's stupid. He has some good points. It's just like every other president.
Yeah. All right.
And
Oh,
I
sorry,
just
go ahead.
find it kind of funny that
My bad.
people were all like, the Trump people are gonna riot, and then whenever he won the election,
Was it the
Hillary's
Hillary
party
people who
just
rioted?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. They rioted in the streets.
not that everyone that's gonna do that.
Well, yeah, not
Like
everybody,
they're
but
just
like
Yeah,
it
just
was primarily.
extremists.
dude walks around like the riots and stuff with Pepsi.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that. I saw that.
They, like gave the
People-
Pepsi
Well,
to
hold
the
on.
freaking.
We're getting a bit off topic. Britton, how
Yeah.
do you feel about Trump? If you don't mind sharing.
I don't really care, honestly. I mean, he's the
You don't hate him. You don't
president.
like him. You just kind of don't
See,
care.
Better than what the other one was.
that's kind of my opinion. But
Well,
I mean,
see,
I don't
I
really.
feel like that's a bad mindset to have. Is that you just don't care about
I mean, I
him.
do
I mean,
care.
it's not that I don't care. It's just that
I'm not
the
really
lesser of
just.
two evils.
Yeah, the
And
lesser
he's
two evils.
pretty-
That's a very good way to put it, actually. All right.
Yeah,
How do you?
makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. That's a very nice way to put it. All right. Trump on North Korea. I feel like as soon as they do something that is considered to be an act of war on anybody, as soon as we know that China's like, all right, because I want North Korea to start first, because I don't think we should just nuke them or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just like
'Cause,
out
I
of the
mean,
blue,
there's
like
citizens
that's
there
just dumb.
still.
Because China, because then we're gonna
you
war
got
China,
people
everything will
saying,
collapse. I'm sorry, go ahead.
you got people saying, oh, why don't we just, wipe them off the map like that and just be over with it? That's not. If we were to try to wipe them off the map right now, we probably would. It would basically almost cause World War III, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No, it definitely would because China said, and I learned this from the Mr. Skelton in a government class. He said
Yeah, I know.
that China was like, "Hey, North Korea, if you attack first, we're not backing you, but if they attack first, we will back you." And that's why that's why Trump isn't like doing anything North Korea, we're not doing anything to upset them. We're just waiting our time out, waiting them out, and we're just kind of like waiting for them to do something to where we can. Well, I don't want to say waiting for them to do something where we can attack them because we're not actually looking for war. But as soon as they start something, we're gonna be sure we're gonna end it. And the reason I feel like we especially can't just wipe them off the map, like you said, because it's a dictatorship and it's an oligarchy, I think is the right word. And
But see,
he just has
oh,
complete power over the people. And like they have nothing to do with it, and they're literally completely innocent people. They will be killed if they don't follow him. And
no,
we can't just
it'd be an autocracy, wouldn't it?
autocracy.
That's where
Yeah,
one person has full power. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, but see, the reason why I think it would because if we were just to wipe them off the map, we would probably end up going to war with China,
Oh, for sure.
which we
for
could
sure.
Yeah.
probably beat China. Like,
They have a lot of people. That's the thing about
Yeah,
China.
they have
They
numbers.
aren't the
They have-
strongest military, but they just have so many more people
yeah,
than we do.
it'd be like
that they
Battlefield
could-
4 in real life.
Yeah, they just start a draft, and like every like man over the age of like 18 or something, they'd be sent, and they'd triple us. What we would make up in training and military strength, they would make up for in just sheer numbers.
And another thing, China,
Number one.
just because like if North Korea is China's their allies,
Yeah.
China attacks us. China has allies too.
Yes, but the
Therefore,
thing is, the U.S. is so powerful. I don't feel like anybody else would really jump in. I feel like it'd just be China.
I
But
think
something that Mr. Skelton said, which is a very good point. I hadn't even really thought of this. We get so much stuff from China, and they get so much stuff from us that, well, actually, he said that China gets so much food from us that their people would completely starve if we were to cut off all trade with them. They would pretty much millions would just die because they just wouldn't have enough food to support their people because they only have like what is it like a 10% or like 2% or something ridiculous. amount of farmland that is actually okay for agriculture, and
But I
that
mean,
is not enough to support all the people that they have because they have so many people.
if you
So
think
if we
about
go
it,
to
though,
war, then pretty much the entire economy is gonna fall for every nation because we get so much stuff from them, they get so much stuff for us, and we generate so much money with each other. Pretty much the economy is gonna collapse because it's just so much stuff, and it would just not be good for anybody. So I don't really think China would
but
even
see,
go to
that
war.
could also cause people to be mad at China for
Yeah,
attacking America because it made their economy collapse because they made America.
I could be mistaken. Don't quote me
But I
on this,
mean, then
but
it
I
could
do
be kind of
think that
like
we
the.
have America has lots
But
of
see,
very strong
Oh,
allies.
okay.
Wait, hold on. We haven't even gotten Brendan's thoughts on
Russia,
this. What do you think, Brendan? What do you think about Trump and China?
That's a
I mean,
scary
Trump and
thought.
North Korea.
yeah,
But it could be kind of like the.
Japan probably wouldn't mess
Almost.
with us because I mean we knew.
All right. So, anyways, after my third time, could be the way the solution was, where when one big group attacks us, then we're weakened. So then all the small people can get at us, like
Yeah.
all the terrorists, all the little countries can get at us that
Well,
if they
see,
want to.
not to mention, I didn't mean to cut you. I'm sorry.
I feel like he had his point.
Not to mention military. Right.
What?
So fighting them, China will be fighting China, possibly Russia and Japan. Maybe not Japan. Probably maybe not even Russia. But if we were to get into war with those countries, it would be bad for
Are we
everybody.
not allied with Russia? I thought we were allied
It
with
would
Russia.
it would be bad. Put it that way.
It would be, yeah, it would definitely be very bad.
Or everyone seems to have gone pretty quiet now.
I'm saying stuff. Jackson's not.
Jackson has
I've been trying to bring up
died, it
points
seems.
for a bit.
Oh, he's saying stuff. We just can't hear him.
What? Can you guys not hear me? Oh,
Well,
hello? Technical difficulties? Hello?
Jackson, exit and come.
Disconnect? Alright, technical difficulties. Ba-da-ba-bum-bum-ba-da-ba. Let's try this again. Sorry about this, folks.
Hear you, but I can't hear you. Means I hope they can hear us because that's like a whole. We just went on like a big rant.
yeah, we
hear me?
just went on a rant for like 20 minutes and we didn't even know it.
Question mark. Hear me?
He's a typing.
No. Okay, they can't hear me.
Well, it got real quiet. We should probably keep talking.
Alright, we're gonna try to.
Move.
Oh, Brenton, how's your guitar going?
Hello?
There we go.
Hello?
Hey, Jackson,
Um,
Can you hear me?
did you get the whole rant me and Brenton went on about
Yeah, everything's been recorded. Can you hear me?
about how in Russia and Japan make it really bad war? Oh, I can't hear you anymore.
Can you hear me?
I thought I heard you from that. Okay, Brenton, we gotta say bye. We're gonna cut the podcast here. Okay. Okay. So, do you have any
We're just
shout
gonna
outs,
cut the
Brenton?
podcast.
freaking.
We're gonna technical difficulties. I think my internet might have like pretty much dropped.
Okay. I'd like to make a shout out to my man Jackson.
Shut up.
Even though he's already I just realized what I said.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Grant and Caleb, guys I were talking about earlier, they're pretty cool.
You can sub to me for ultimate cringe, sub to Adam for actual content that might have me in it sometimes. But his channel's pretty dead, so that's cool.
They are shouting
Jackson's
out
lighting up, so
actual
he's
people.
probably talking, which means we might not work out.
I can plug it back in. It
So
won't sound good on the
actual like
podcast.
channels or something. Have as many connections.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, man, all my connections.
Oh, you
There
should
is
go check
a
out Britton's channel. It's very cringy.
very cringe, very cringe. All my earlier
So
videos, I
just
thought
look
I
up
was
Ham
great.
Sandwich.
Jackson, you can like click on my profile, go in there, and it'll have all my links and stuff. I'm basically just ham sandwich on literally everything.
I have technical difficulties. I'm gonna type to him. All right, so
But
basically, they shout
yeah,
themselves out.
that's about it.
That is,
Alright, well,
Britain is Ham
say
Sandwich.
bye to the peoples.
He is Ham
Goodbye,
Sandwich.
dudes.
All right.
Yeah, it was cool. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
him to say bye.
Oh, we said bye already.
I already said
yeah,
bye,
we said
but
bye.
you know what?
Bye,
Double bye.
dude.
All right, double
Double
bye.
bye.
You guys got a double bye. Special upload.
Chicken
Double
and
upload.
fry.
All right. So, people, it was a fantastic podcast. I loved doing this podcast. It was actually a really good idea. I am very glad that we did this, and it was very fun. I'm so glad that you tuned in. Thank you for watching this far. If you are watching this far, I am very happy to do this. Link to Britain's channel. Britain is Ham Sandwich. Sorry, he will link in the bottom. I'll like something about him. I will link my Twitter down below. If you want to check out some of my art, some of the cool stuff I do, that'd be awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a freaking fantastic day, and yeah, it's cool.